Imagine you're a master electrician, and every day you face a tangled web of wires. Some are frayed, some are humming with dangerous currents, and others are perfectly capable of conducting energy, but they're misplaced. This web is not just in a dilapidated house, it's within us. It's our brain's wiring of stress responses. And oh, how easily we trip over these wires as we navigate the pressures of life, especially in our high stakes climate in medicine and in our medical households. Picture for a moment a professional dancer gliding across the stage with such grace and control. I could think of one right now. They're bending, they're twisting, they're leaping, but beneath all of that poise lies this nervous energy, an electrical charge that they get from performance, right? And we too are like dancers in the operating rooms, emergency rooms of life, moving to a rhythm dictated by the monitors and the energy of those in our presence. But just like those dancers have to master their steps, we need to master our internal cadence. Our survival mode is like a dance learned in youth, perfected by repetition, with every strained muscle, with every pained expression, hidden beneath that smile of competence. And let me just say, you are competent and you are strong, or you would not have gotten this far. So, just as I share in my book, Transform Your Brain One Thought at a Time, we must learn to see past the performance and tune into the music behind our stress dance. So let's explore this concept a little and how we can reorchestrate our responses to stress for a more harmonious life. You see, stress is not bad. Stress serves its purposes and affects the whole human body, right? It's a motivator that can propel us into action. But when stress persists like a never-ending alarm bell, it morphs into this tyrant that rules our internal state, much like a computer running in an old, outdated operating system, right? Our bodies are not meant to be built for this chronic alarm state. It's as if we're trying to run marathons on a sprained ankle again and again, over and over, worsening the injury each time we ignore the pain signals. So let's dive into the brain's role in this and how we can begin to the process of rewiring. And we're going to first consider the amygdala, our alarm bell, right? Our watch guard against threats. It's perfect for a sprint to jolt us into action, but not for a marathon of chronic stress, right? We find ourselves like soldiers in a war that never ends, hypervigilant and unable to rest. And in order to rewire our brain, we need to start with understanding and then altering these deeply ingrained stress patterns. Remember, these stress patterns are quick fixes for a deeper evacuation that needs to happen in our internal landscape. These fixes are like temporary patches on a leaky roof that won't withstand the next storm. So let's picture for a minute your neural pathways, like garden pathways, worn into the ground by like this repetitive tread, right? To change the landscape, we need to be consciously aware of creating new paths that are healthier and more scenic routes that are going to allow us relief from all those thorny weeds of anxiety and stress that are floating around in there. It's a labor-intensive work, right? Because it took a long time to build these pathways. So It's kind of like when we sow seeds of positive coping mechanisms on good soil, our efforts are going to yield 100-fold, right? It's like the sower of seeds. Strategies like mindfulness and witness as a witness that I talk about in my book, deep breathing, grounding techniques can retrain this fear circuitry and calm it down a little bit. And I teach some of these brain-based strategies through my work with my coaching clients, emphasizing the importance of creating new ways of responding to replace the old stress patterns, right? Like rushing waters over stones in a stream, your consistent effort is going to smooth some of these harsh edges of those stress responses. So I want to share with you a little story of transformation about one of the nurses named Sarah, who she was walking on professional eggshells, okay? Her every step was measured to avoid the cracks that could lead to errors or conflict in her high-stress job. You know, let's face it, nurses eat their young, and she was a young nurse starting out. Through some brain-based coaching, Sarah learned to step boldly into changing her internal mantra. Instead of "don't make a mistake," her mantra became "make a difference," right? This mindset shift was rooted in a new neural pathway towards resilience, and it reflected a profound internal work that you can build upon and accelerate if you continue to replace those old thoughts and patterns and pathways with new. As I often emphasize, my muscle tension and other symptoms were evidence that led me to seek a holistic approach to change and healing. And we can't ignore the body's whispers until they become screams. That's what we do, though, right? That is what we do. Let me just say, exercise, proper nutrition, and sleep are keystones to well-being. We know that, right? They're crucial as the mental work. But there are other pillars that we can provide that will support our stress damage structures. So in this journey, we embrace a spiritual aspect too. And as a heart-based practitioner with Christian values, we understand the power of faith in healing also. And there's a tremendous freedom in surrendering our troubles to a higher power and believing in restoration. This alignment is our scaffolding as we construct our new internal architecture. So isn't it time to lace up your electrician boots and pick up your tools and begin the vital task of rewiring? If my words resonate with you and you feel the spark to alter that stress dance that you're in, reach out to me. Let's connect and journey together, right? You can pick up my book, Transform Your Brain One Thought at a Time. And so as I leave you, I want to leave you with this one thought. It's a rallying cry for your journey. Hang on, because we are about to go deep into your brain and discover the joy and peace you've been searching for. It's not just about surviving or even thriving in your career. It's about reclaiming the essence of why you started. It's about reigniting the love for your work and enjoying love, enjoying your life, enjoying your families, both in and out of your scrubs. So take this step and let's begin the dance with purpose, passion, and a rhythm that syncs with the beat of our life that's fully lived and fully aligned. Are you going to join?